Pero... Ajá, Shiring. Pero me gustaría... Cambridge. Es que no tiene sentido. Si el chabón venía acá, ¿por qué no vino así de movida? ¿Por qué pasó por acá? Me la juego.
The stream led us to a more convenient crossing. Here, one could easily pass without getting drenched in icy water. Suddenly, the boy called out. He had spotted something on the other bank. A set of fresh hoof prints. He laughed triumphantly as our eyes locked.
Confesar su acierto.
So, we crossed the river. The boy cheerfully mocking my skills as a
La
driller.
re había que cruzar el río. Fuck. Es un rupestre el rubio que se alegra y se burla de un pendejo.
What is it?
He got lost.
Did you?
Papa, I'm tired.
That's all right. Come on, up on my shoulders you go.
No, I'm too heavy, and you're too tired anyway. I will remain steadfast.
You should all get some rest. Alfred, stay here with them while I take a look ahead.
No, don't go.
I won't be far, dear. Besides, you can do me a favour while I'm gone. Have an eye on the lads and make sure they get some sleep, all right?
All right.
See? You are steadfast. I won't be long.
Lo mismo le dijiste al bebé y lo habías abandonado, hijo de puta. No me olvido yo. Dame mi libro, gato, que te voy a partir las dos piernas.
You stay where I can see you while my sister rests. And no tricks.
Ay, déjenme pegarle un ondazo, boludo. Así en la cabeza. Le explote el cerebro. Mi libro. Mi libro, estúpido de mierda.
Ha.
Toma, me la río en tu cara, estúpido.
Huh? What is it? Did you hear something?
The fog is lifting.
I don't like you.
Somos dos.
Tell me, why do you care about your book so much? Wait, where is it? You sneaky thief. I knew it. You just want to rob us.
Genial,
Took
¿no?
it first.
You're an animal. You don't even know what it is.
No sé si eso, ¿no?
The Lord and King of all France, Charles the Great, has spent 7 long years fighting in Spain. He has conquered the highlands and the plain. Before him, not a single fort remains.
What are you rambling on about?
It's from the book.
How do you know this? You're an animal.
Tu hermana es una salvaje.
Can't you read?
Hey, you see that? Over there in the fog. There is something there.
¿Un ciervito? Hijo de puta, me va a empujar y le voy a caer, te voy a tener que cagar trompando.
A deer. It broke through the ice and died.
Children!
Fuiste, padre.
Martha, wake up, dear.
Who's she?
We met in the forest. I'm Jack's mother. Come here, Jack.
Did you find him?
Yes, dear, we did.
The baby is safe. The monk brought it to a small cell not far from here.
But we won't go there now. Ellen offered us shelter for tonight.
I have. Follow me.
O sea, lo que vamos a hacer es secuestrar al bebé, ¿en serio? Siendo que el bebé es de ellos.
If I'd known you lived this close, my Agnes might have been saved.
Don't fool yourself. When a woman is bleeding inside, it either stops or it doesn't. All you can do is keep her warm, and you did that. I'm sorry, but the living must take care of the living. Jack, give the children some soup, will you? Will you be able to get work soon?
Hard to say. People don't usually hire a new master builder. And
Primero a Marta, me trató bien. Además la más chica.
Get lucky, but not this year.
Thank you, Jack.
No es nada, querido. Te banco, pendejo. Sos buena onda.
Some time ago, I had work in Exeter. They offered me the post of builder for the Castellan to keep the walls and defences in shape. It would have kept me busy for the rest of my life. We would have lived like bishops.
What happened?
I refused. All I cared about was working on a cathedral again. I was a fool.
You can do better than to build churches.
Well, I worked on one once. That was
Le voy a dar sopa al rupestre este.
I won't ramble on now. But if you ask Martha, she'll tell you everything.
No te la mereces, pero bueno. Rupestre.
You know, a man like you should not beat himself so hard.
No.
Oh, la madre de Jack se va a terminar encamando con el viejo rupestre este.
Women
Abandonador
die
de
in
pibes.
labour. Men abandon their children all the time. It is rare that they return.
Is that what happened to you and your son?
No, that is an altogether different story. One I haven't even told Jack yet. All I can say is, I raised him alone in this cave, outside of town law. Just
¿Qué es una catedral?
in the forest.
How do you get by?
We hunt, we gather.
Picantemos un poco la relación.
Us two to survive.
Mi madre no quiere las iglesias y este boludo quiere armar una. Ah, picantea la relación.
My little cub caught his first
Se
deer
pudre,
today,
se pudre.
all by himself.
I'm impressed.
What's a cathedral?
It's a big house for people to pray.
They go there to rob each other?
No, they don't prey on each other. They talk to God.
It's a place of worship and a home for priests and monks.
Oh.
Eat well, children. You'll need your strength.
And so do you, Master Builder. Go on, tuck in.
I will. Thank you.
Esta termina en que tengo dos hermanos.
They're asleep now.
Una que me cae más o menos bien y uno que me cae como el culo, ¿no?
I told you that the monk had taken the baby to a small cell nearby. It's true, but I advise you to stay away from there.
What? Why?
Because you abandoned it. That counts as murder.
Then I have to steal him. I have to own up to what I've done. I have to take back my son.
Think for a moment. You have been out of work since summer. A baby needs a lot of care, more than your other children. How will you feed him?
What am I to do then? Live like you? I don't know a thing about hunting. I'm a mason. Even in a castle I'm more at home than here.
Leave the baby with the monks. He'd be warm and fed. You wouldn't have to carry him while you look for work. And when you do find something, you can come back and fetch him.
I don't know.
El razonamiento de la piba es el
I
correcto.
don't know anything anymore.
You're a good man, Tom Builder. You're kind and gentle and strong. You will do the right thing. You also don't have to go through this alone, you know. Jack and I will have to leave this place soon. The winter is too cruel, and we might not survive if we stayed. We could all travel together.
I don't know. I have my hands full with my children already.
I can help you take care of them. if you promise to teach my son how to get along in the world of men. We may be strangers now, but we would be at each other's side, helping out however we can.
Esto ya sabemos todo cómo termina, ¿eh? Termino con dos hermanastros.
Must take care of the living.
Yes.
That night I dreamed of a strange world. One of knights and monks preying upon each other in a big...
No me quiero ir. Si tengo que tratar con más rupestres como el rubio, no me quiero ir.
And a giant called Tom. Filled with fear, I walked on, hoping to find my way back to the place I had once called my home.
Opa, terminamos el capítulo 2 de la primera parte. Cazaste el ciervo y ahumaste la cena. Perfecto. Capaz si no lo ahumaban hubiésemos tenido comida a la vuelta. Te encontraste con Tom Wilder y su familia. Serviste sopa a Marta primero. Conseguiste que Alfred te tolere. Bien. Tal vez si no hubiese robado Si no hubiese agarrado el manto con sangre, tal vez de tolerar hubiese pasado a bien. Pero bueno. No quieres abandonar tu casa, obviamente. Descubriste información sobre la vida de proscripto de Jack y Allen. Bien. Capítulo 3. La conspiración. La cueva.
Did you pack enough food? It will be a while before you get to eat smoked venison again.
Yeah, I took some.
Ah, dale bien a mi vieja, me te parto el hocico.
She said she had to piss.
All right. I'll go get her.
¿Manejo a Wilder o manejo a Jack? Por favor, decime que a Jack. ¡Vamos!
Venison too, right?
Jackie.
So, what have you built so far? I'm sure Jack would love to hear about your work.
Ahí está Martita.
Houses.
Vamos a hablar un poco con la Marta. Buah. ¿Qué pasa, Martu? La waifu de Jack. Y hermanastra. Va a ser todo medio junto, va a ser.
They're looking for you.
I don't want to leave. It's so dangerous out there. I don't want to get robbed again.
Vamos a hacernos los
I've got a
protectores.
slingshot.
Maybe you could teach me how to use it.
Obvio.
I will.
Papa usually protects me. But he can't always be around. He needs to take care of himself too.
Tranquila, te voy a ser lo suficientemente buena con la onda como para que le partas el hocico a tu hermana. Una gana de pegarle al rubio. Tienes que aprender a defenderte. El de yo todavía voy a estar siempre es una mentira clara como...
I want to, but I'm still so small. And I want to stay here where it's safe.
Qué bueno que agarré el muñequito de paja.
This knight is Charles the Great. He will protect you.
Oh. Am I his princess?
You are. Together, you are brave and smart, and will never give up.
All right.
Voy a poner como preocupación máxima de Jack salvar cada vez que pueda a Marta.
Come on.
Ante cualquier duda, si tengo que salvar
We're going
a
on a
Marta.
great quest.
Me cae bien la pendeja. En el único momento que no elegiría primero a Marta es si la madre de Jack tiene un problema.
On our way, I told Martha the names of my trees. There was the birch, Jerusalem, and the oaks, Alexandria and Byzantium. When I pointed out Rome, she laughed and named an apple tree Southampton. The farther we walked, the merrier she became, christening all the new trees Winchester, Bath, Salisbury, while I grew quieter and quieter. Finally, we arrived at a large road. This heads towards Shiring, Tom said. The strangest name of them all.
Shiring. Y de acá, para acá. Sí, porque es el único lugar que puedo ir.
By noon, we had reached the edge of town. Mother gave us some dry prunes to chew while she argued with Tom whether we should head directly to town or past the palace of the so-called bishop. Tom was hopeful to find work at the palace, but Mother seemed uneasy.
Yo confío en mi madre.
Mother seemed happy to head directly into town and avoid the palace. These churchmen are all crooks, she said. But Tom answered with a worried expression on his brow. They might be the only ones willing to hire a mason around here.
Todo lo que vos quieras, pero ahí no voy ni en pedo.
Shiring was full of people looking for work. Mother and Tom kept asking around while we rested our feet at the market. Alfred gave me a look as if he wanted to punch me, but I only stared at the buildings, amazed by the straightness of their walls. Finally, Mother called us over. Rumor had it the Earl of Shiring was hiring all kinds of people. It was then that I heard a man in a robe say, "That voice, it's her."
Opa, la bruja. ¿Será que a mi madre la tildaron de bruja y arderá en la llama purificadora del infierno? ¿Que viva la hoguera? Puede ser, pa. No me gusta esa.
You don't know me. You're misjudging whatever it is I did. I'm willing to forgive your mistake if you accept my offer now.
This is all about family honor to you, isn't it? Perhaps I should tell you about my mother. She was a happy person who loved to laugh and tell stories. But father made her miserable. Oh, he's not a bad man, but solemn and strict. She hated him so much she died from it.
Are you saying you don't like me?
You're so self-centered. You never think about anyone else's feelings. You have no refinement and you can barely read. What were you expecting?
One day you will see that you are wrong. And then I won't be so forgiving.
La pela. Otro rubio. Todos los rubios en este juego son unos rupestres bárbaros. Te lo cuento ahora.
Let's hope it's true the Earl needs us.
Yeah, I'm starving.
Alfred, keep an eye out. I'll be right back. And boys, try to get along.
Decirle eso al rupestre tu
For
hijo.
what?
Papa wants him to look for things that are broken.
Some people don't know they need a mason until you show them.
Papa could fix their walls or build a house.
One man can build an entire house? I want to see.
Learn what you can, but don't stray too far.
Ugh. Why won't anyone just give me something to eat?
Tengo muchas ganas de pegarle a ese imbécil.
Stay sharp, Jack. People are rarely what they seem.
No suele ser lo que parece.
See that knight over there? What does he look like to you?
Un pato.
He looks like a small bear.
True, but even small bears can have an appetite for blood. Just because we are out of the forest, that doesn't mean there are no wolves about.
¿Qué hace, Martita?
Hello, Jack. Have you ever been to a castle before?
No.
Castles are very safe places. People don't rob you so fast.
Mother told me stories about castles, about knights and princesses.
Oh, like what?
Like the one about Tristan and Isolde. They drank a potion and had to love each other for 3 years.
I know that one. Jack, do you think there's a princess in this castle? It would be so nice to see a real princess one day.
Va a ser la que estaba hablando con el rubio. Que por la forma de hablar va a ser un poco salvaje. Me va a quedar bastante bien. Chico, ven aquí.
So what do you think about Tom?
Es amable.
He's nice.
Well, let me tell you something. He may seem nice, but he really doesn't care about anyone but himself. The day my mother died, I tried to help by looking for water for soup, but he just scolded me for everything I did. So take my advice. If you and your mother want to stay, you better learn to shut up and put yourself second. That's all I'm saying.
Tiene un poco de sentido. Y tiene bastante sentido. Alfred lo cree y tiene motivos para creerlo. ¿Qué onda?
Jack, be careful. Don't get too close.
Bueno, ma. O sea, si lo pones a ver desde el punto de vista del chabón, ellos estaban tranquilos en un lugar. El padre tenía una oferta de laburo para laburar una banda. No,
William Hamley is an idiot. I wouldn't marry him either. She deserves someone better. Such a very bright and charming girl.
Están todos hablando de cómo le pintaron la cara al rubio hace un rato.
Don't see that. It's not arrogance. It's nobility. You have to be like that if you want people to respect you.
Hello, my name is Jack.
It's the Earl's son.
¿Opa?
To think that coward is
¿Opa?
next in line.
¿Y ese hosteíto? ¿Quién fue el guapo? Que en teoría no deberían sonar las alertas, pero se la recontrasuda la ñonga. Pero bueno, bien. Vamos para allá. ¿Puedo venir a hablar con este, señor caballero? Ah, voy por allá, todo chill. Triqui. Disculpen que no salía de alerta. Ahora después le agradezco bien a quien hosteó. Pero es para no molestar un poco en lo que es visualmente al juego. ¿Qué haces, brother? Tenés el mismo pelo que yo.
You just want to stand there and stare? All right then, let's see what you've got.
A ver.
Are you a knight?
No talking. That'd be cheating. Reckoned you'd be as ballsy as your ginger, but my mistake. Another time perhaps. Cheers, lad.
Ah, pará, no, te le voy a competir, pestra de mierda. ¿Qué te crees? ¿Que no te voy a competir? Hijo de la chingada.
Will you be fighting soon?
Why are you asking? All right, let me tell you a secret. Can you keep a secret?
¿Cómo le va, don padre? Bien.
You're shite, boy.
Mirar físicamente. ¿Cómo?
Excellent. Looks like you can keep your mouth shut after all. You want to be in on the real deal now? Then just say the words. What's your bloody secret, catface?
¿Cuál maldito secreto?
What's your bloody secret, Catface?
Well put, boy. Well put. But bloody it is.
We are all going to fight soon. It's for a thing called loyalty. See, all these knights are loyal to one man, and he is loyal to another. And he then is loyal to yet another, a woman, who is the rightful queen of the English. For some here, loyalty's all about coin and favors and power. But for me, it's all about whom I trust, whom I'd follow all the way to hell for all the right reasons. Going to hell together with confidence and trust. It's what's holding this world together, boy.
¿Qué andamos, amigo? ¿Vos?
So, you understood my little secret? Good.
Bien. ¿Necesitas un
You
albañil?
need a mason.
Me? Well, these battlements could use a fresh stone or two, but apart from that, I don't know a bloody thing about building, and I don't want to. All I care about is a good sturdy wall and some hot tar to keep my enemies warm. That reminds me of a story. Want to hear a story, boy? Well, you see, I'm not just one for a good solid tarring. But back in my day, I was also quite the stealthy bastard.
Pasó volando la barra, boludo. Es como que me la iba a contar, le dijera sí o no, digo, me la chupa tú. Entonces me como, sí. Qué bien que estuvo hecho. Como que te daban a tope, como me gustó. ¿Qué se cuenta, padre rupestre?
What you want to do is hit them where it really hurts. And that's not always the groin. In this case, it was their old well barely standing up. So, one kick, and all its rocks tumbled and covered the hole.
Es la historia que me está contando la puta que lo parió.
The shortest siege in the history of sieges, and not one man died. All because I had an eye on the wall and made good use of that well.
That's what knights do?
Knights do a lot of things, lad.
How did you end that siege again?
Tengo la certeza de que toda esta información al pedo en algún momento me va a servir para algo.
Are you a knight?
I'll be damned if I wasn't. Would have risked my life for nothing if all I was supposed to do was bake bread. Be warned, lad. Get a job that pays. Not one where you have to pay for a new horse every time someone kicks your ass. Being a knight costs you, especially when you're also a drunkard.
Sobre todo si es humor. Me cayó bien. Me cayó bien.
What a strange boy.
Y voy a jugar la de Chris. Bien ahí, pa. Lo que termina juegos. Lo que termina juegos ese chico. ¿Y pero dónde? Ah, ahí estoy, ya me vi. Establos. Vamos a venir para acá a ver si hay algo que podamos hablar con alguien. No. Vamos a venir para acá.
Are you knights?
We are. Why, you want to be like us?
Like you?
Tell you what, snatch us some food from the keep, and we might train you.
Very good. That should be a valuable first lesson.
Me suena que me están tratando de vender gato por libre, así que mejor no. Manéjense, boludos. No me quieran cagar al pobre Jack. Soretes. Estos lacras. Volver caminando, volver caminando.
Why don't you go and find Tom? He can tell you a lot more about this place than I could.
Seguro que puede contar más cosas que yo. Martita.
There are so many knights.
Muchos caballeros por aquí.
Do you think there's also a princess?
Que sí, pendeja. Vos y tu princesa. Bien, no puedo robar comida ahí por si las dudas. Al patio trasero, al torreón. Igual no quiero robar porque seguramente va a pasar algo malo y nos va a meter en un compromiso. Oh, rupestre.
Watch your step, you little twit.
Don't mind him, boy. That's just William Hamley. He was hoping for a princess, but all he got was a boot.
Se le cagan de reír.
Doing? Do you think he forgot something?
His dignity, perhaps?
No, la calentura que te agarrás, boludo, te hace eso.